So almost time for action and time to psych themselves up. The Malawians in your picture, down by 2 goals and all. And the point has been made that they're very, very combative in midfield. Yeah, they play collectively because quite a number of them play on home soil and a few of them in South Africa. So in terms of cohesive play, we saw what they did at the Accra Sports Stadium.
That was their game plan when they came here, just to take control over the midfield. And exactly what happened. But, you know, if you're able to take control over the midfield and you don't utilize the 1 or 2 chances that come in your way, your job will be useless.
Yeah, definitely the game plan will change because in Ghana they wanted to contain the Black Stars. Whatever the game plan is going to change. And you believe that the Black Stars can take advantage of that?
Because now, even if they're able to take control over the midfield, they have to advance. And do they have the right team to do that? We are yet to see.
So it's going to be interesting, but from what we gather, Adam Kwarase is going to be in the post, and John Pinsel on the right side, Harrison Affle on the left side, John Boy and Isaac Fossa in the middle, Anthony Annan, Rabiu Afiyakwa, Dede Ayew, Christian Achu, and Asamoah Gyan would be doing battle for the Black Stars. And I'm sure that most Ghanaians will be hopeful that these gentlemen would bring smiles to the faces of all Ghanaians by not only qualifying, but hopefully qualifying in style and go out there in South Africa and exercise the good that has hunted us for the last 3 decades. So the Black Stars will be playing from right to left in our picture, the referee ensuring that everything is set. Graham will soon join me because we're struggling to get commentary from Lilongwe, so we'll try and give you commentary. Kosiapia in your picture. The manager of the side is the first time a black coach has been giving a very concrete contract, and I'm sure most people will be hoping that he would vindicate a trust reposed in him. And there we go, the Black Stars, the Black Stars, who would kick off playing from right to left, and straight away is Dede Ayew. Harrison to Voisin, and straight away the Malawians will pick it up.
Locked over there, but never really worked. It's certainly going to be a very interesting game for the Malawians, who really have been promised a huge package by the Minister for Youth and Sports, telling them that if they're able to win this game, they're definitely going home with some great package. The Black Stars now. Christian Achu finds solace in his colleague, and Harrison Affle, who certainly will have the opportunity of surging forward. And so the Stars have been working very hard in Kenya ahead of this game, and Jordan Ayew, the brother of Dede Ayew, is scoring some great goals for the team Marseille, even though he's not playing a role in the Black Stars game at the moment. It's an infringement, pretty much of a good one for Rabiu Mohammed, a young man who is now playing in France. This Malawian team came to Ghana with a very rehearsed plan, and they knew that they were going to get a 3-point at stake. And Dede Ayew might have been complaining to the referee over there. Since 2000, Ghana has certainly qualified for almost all the African Cup of Nations except 2004. And so Kinafiri, the head coach of Malawi, did say that he's having some issues with his #1 choice goalkeeper. And Asamoah Gyan comes in here. Oh, what a beautiful free kick from Asamoah Gyan. You similarly saw him score from that angle against Mali in the AFCON 2012. In Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, and that was a Asamoah Gyan trademark of him, well killed, and goalkeeper Owen had to do a good job by saving the sit-down scenario.
is goal number 1, and that is the perfect start the Black Stars have been looking for. A goal up within the very first minute of proceedings. The Black Stars now lead by 3 goals to 0. What it means is that Malawi would have to score 4 unanswered goals to make it inroads. It did 5. This is incredible. We see it again. Did it with a set piece, the corner kick. Now he pulls back, and it's a free Aqua who justifies his inclusion in the Black Stars. Brilliant play for the Black Stars. Oh, absolutely incredible. A goal up for the Black Stars. This surely is a perfect start. Yao.
His first touch. His first touch in the Black Stars here.
Well, now it's a very, very tall order. Kenafiri, I'm just wondering exactly what must be going through his mind. Kwesiapia, the manager of the Black Stars, did indicate that he was so loquacious, so vociferous, and he thought he was talking too much, but Kwesi insisted that he wanted to do the talking on the field of play. And what a way to start this match. A goal up, and Graham, there should be no turning back for the Black Stars.
Surprisingly, the young man, Efri Akwa, was born in 1992 in Sunyani and certainly has been playing some roles for the Black Stars. And this is the first time he hasn't gotten the opportunity to play. He's been part of the junior sides and started his football career way back in Sunyani. Of course, played for DC United in Ghana. And so now with Palmer on loan, he's expected to play a very good role for the Black Stars. What a way to start this game. Asamoah Gyan should be feeling very proud. And Malawi, they made a lot of talk ahead of this game. They're still putting themselves in a lot of pressure here, but the Black Stars will, with their noses in front, should be excited. And Malawi yet to settle in this game. It's Black Stars 1, Malawi 0. As they try as much as possible to search forward. Ball whipped in. And Christina Chu turns brilliantly. Christina Chu again and finds the DIU. It's still the senior national team, Black Stars, holding on to possession. And Harrison, over elaboration, might be costing him on that.
Well, Kenafiri, in your shot, I'm just wondering exactly what must be going through his mind. This is a manager who has been giving a new contract ahead of this game, just to bore his confidence and to give him the assurance that indeed he's the man to lead Malawi to the Cup of Nations in South Africa. I'm sure, even at this stage, he will still be nurturing some hopes that it's not over till it's over. But I'm just wondering how that would materialize. 3 goals to 0, and they have an away goal. What it means is that Malawi would have to score 4 goals. Qualification setting.
Well, one of the things about Malawi was that playing at the Lilongwe Stadium has really benefited them a lot. Played 1-1 with Nigeria in the World Cup qualifiers, and again they had the very brilliant opportunity of beating Zambia 1-0 on the 6th of July this year. And so they knew that moving to Lilongwe was certainly going to be a very, very good opportunity for them to get the needed victory. So you have 25,000 fans watching this game, and it's the Black Stars who will have to clear their lines. Brilliantly worked out there by John Paintail, and his return to the Black Stars is seen as a blessing for this young chap who thought after the match against Chile that was displayed in the Black Stars team. Dede Ayew. And poor ball to Rabiu. As Malawi trying to regroup and make amends. Their fans very disappointed, I know. Oh, what a brilliant damage from the Black Stars. Dede Ayew with another perfect. Rabiu Mohammed comes in here, been pushed up. And Owen comes in to make a grab for Malawi. Simplex injured, and for that matter, is out of this game. And Kenafiri just said that with his first choice goalkeeper out of this game, it means that he was going to be in trouble.
Well, it's very difficult to blame the goalkeeper for the goal that he conceded. Very poor defensive play, and you must give credit to Efri Akwa for the wonderful strike. And I believe that is a perfect start for the Black Stars. John Boy, in your picture, he's been a revelation for the Black Stars in last year's Africa Cup of Nations. And ever since he cemented his place in the defense, and together with Isaac Vosan provide the stability in central defense for the goalkeeper, Adam Kwarase.
That's Malawi now. Some perfect play, swinging passes together. The Black Stars will come in to clear their lines as Samoa Jan goes in for the header. He wins it. Rabiu Mohammed turns from his marker and finds Dede Ayew. Perfect start for the senior national team. Harrison Affo finds Solis Envosa. And what a poor ball from Isaac Vosa. The Black Stars will try to be in possession, but Malawi will come in so strong. And this is coming through from Moses Tabula. And Moses finds his colleague down the right. This is Malawi. Brilliant play. And still moving. Oh, Anthony Annan scored in the 53rd minute in Accra. And still playing so well. Joseph Kumwando. And still Malawi not giving up hopes. And still Malawi. Oh, Adam Kwarase. Oh, what a way to work things up, Malawi. The defense of the Black Stars caught ball watching, and they were nearly punished.
Well, and interestingly, the fans are still very, very expectant, but Malawi indicating that they haven't given up the fight yet. That is an impressive save from Adam Kwarase. If they had underestimated the ball, the Malawians could have hit the back of the net. Corner kick. Clearly, the match is far from over. Malawians very, very confident indeed, and the 25,000 fans out there giving them all the hope and inspiration. The second corner kick in a row, and John Pintel proving why he deserves a place in the team. He's got all the experience behind him, and this time it's going to be a goal kick for the Black Stars. It must be a huge relief at this stage.
Before this game, Malawi knew they were going to turn the deficit around, and so they were asked to declare war on the Black Stars in 1962. Ghana beat them by 12 goals to 0, and they were just hoping that they were going to get a miracle in this game.
Well, 62, I'm just wondering how many of those watching had been born, but that was a very long time ago. Times have changed ever since. And in 1984, during the Africa Cup of Nations in, that is Cote d'Ivoire, the Black Stars also upstaged the Malawians, and they've always been looking for an opportunity to avenge those defeats. And I think on home soil in the Lilongwe, where they've been that impressive, this would be a perfect time to exact vengeance. But up here, the Black Stars already lead by 1-0, courtesy Afriakwa's early strike, giving the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. And on aggregate, they lead by 3-0. And gorging from the way the Black Stars are playing, the confidence of the defense, where John Pintel is beginning to find his rhythm. On the left side, Harrison Affo, John Boy, and Isaac Vosan. Just wondering how the Malawians can score 4 goals without conceding again in this game. But these are early days yet, as the Black Stars come forward again. An opportunity. I must say that as something I'm detecting, the pitch is a bit undulating, which makes ball control a bit difficult for the players on both sides. I'm trying not to be chauvinistic, but it makes ball control quite difficult, particularly for the players who play that trade in Europe. You see the bench of the Black Stars, most of them will love to have a taste of the game. I see Adi, then quite a number of them, and Friakwa. His confidence must be up there, and he ends a corner kick, and hopefully the Black Stars can convert that up by 1-0 and aggregate 3-0, and playing with so much confidence, hoping that they can add to the tally.
The bumpy roads on the pitch actually led to CAF coming to inspect it, but eventually Malawi won the right to play the game there, and so they're looking ahead to making sure that the Black Stars do not score more goals. But it's a corner kick to the Black Stars, and a similar move resulted in a goal. Dede Ayew. And so that was a brilliant one. Oh. And the Black Stars still asking more questions and still probing to get the goal. And Malawians might be feeling the heat. That's a brilliant ball from Dede Ayew. And Samoa Jan could not connect it very well. Samoa Jan could not score in Accra, but absolutely hoping to get a win for Ghana in Lilongwe. Jan heads it down. Dede Ayew trying to whip one in for his man, Rabiu Mohammed. So the capital town, Lilongwe of Malawi, hosting the Black Stars. And indeed, the last time the population was actually checked, it had about 781,000 population, but the Black Stars will be finding the rhythm very hot. But again, the scorchings of the sun might be playing a role for the Black Stars now.
Well, quite a number of fans have asked why the match was played in the scorching sun, and I guess I hope I'm not being too cynical, but a conspiracy theory is that because most of the Black Stars fly their trade in Europe and do not like playing in the scorching sun. Of course, the Malawians decided to play around this time. But I think that on 2 occasions, the Malawians have proved that the game is far from over. A very good opportunity here. And missing from that angle, 1 or 2 questions being asked of the defense of the Black Stars. On that occasion, Adam Korase had taken a few steps off his line. And again, Vosan's header, not very, very convincing. But you see the control here. And this is a brilliant pass, well controlled. And the question is that the attacker was completely unmarked. And the Black Stars at this stage doing some zonal marking, which could prove very, very dangerous. I think, thankfully, the Malawians are not proving to be getting on target and are not proving to be very precise in their shooting. As Rabiu, with this opportunity for the Black Stars, it should be it. Well, Dede miscuing that strike, totally messing up. So opportunities being created on both ends. The pendulum of opportunities just being swung from one end of the pitch to the other.
John Boy flies one in for the Black Stars to move forward. A free aqua controls it well. Anthony Annan. And as we have a Samoan losing possession out there to Malawi. Commando chasing John Boy for the ball. And he's been clearly beating, but goes out for a throw-in for the Black Stars as Malawi keep watching this game in a very disappointing mood. John Pinto working tirelessly to ensure that he covers up for the Black Stars at the right back, which has seen a lot of changes. Daniel Apari coming in at one point in time, with Malawi still probing. Ball cleared. Still, Asamoah Gyan got his first hat-trick in his football career last weekend. He should be a proud man.
Well, there is no question about the waves that he's making in the United Arab Emirates, where he helped his team win the title last season. And I guess it's the reason quite a number of people have questioned why he would leave the high standards of the Premiership to the Arab world, where most players go to retire. But I guess he must have very valid reasons for going out there. And so far, I think that he's doing very, very well. And he would love to transfer those lofty standards out there in the Arab world onto the African stage. And fortunately, the Stars lead by 1-0. And what is good about Asamoah Gyan is the fact that when he's upfield, whether he scores or not, he's a target man, and quite a number of defenders, at least 2-3 defenders, always keep an eye on him, which gives the others the opportunity to cause havoc.
Still Malawi fighting very hard for the 50-50 balls. Anthony Annan. Oh, poor ball, trying to locate Harrison Affo, who's been so integral in the role. He's been playing for Esperance in the CAF Champions League. Even though last weekend they drew 0-0 with TP Mazembe. It's become a bit interesting seeing the DIU making sure that he works very hard for the Black Stars, and that was an infringement caused there by Peter Wadabwa. And so for Malawi, they have only appeared at the Nations Cup twice, in 1984 and 2010. And the coach who actually took them to 1984 Nations Cup just died last Friday. So there was a minute of silence for their veteran coach. And a shot comes in again, flies way off target.
Well, I must make this observation that the Malawians, either out of desperation or anxiety, have been very, very poor in their shooting. Very, very awful indeed. apart from the early stages where they tested Adam Kwarase, I think that they've been very, very poor. And Kwesi Appiah in your picture would only be very, very thankful. He has the arduous responsibility of not only guiding the Black Stars to Johannesburg, but to win the trophy for the first time in 30 years, and also guide the Black Stars qualify for the World Cup in Brazil in 2014. So it's a huge responsibility, and Kwesi is confident of achieving precisely that.
And so, before 1966, the Flames were known as the Nyasaland national football team, and their best performance was winning bronze at the 1987 All-Africa Games. And that's pretty much of an awful tackle.
Well, I think the game is getting very, very rough indeed, and the referee, central referee, would have to do something about that. One of the major criticisms against African referees is the fact that they woefully fail to protect the players, because this clearly in Europe could be a red card, the least should be a yellow card, and yet the referee goes there and just waves his hand. That is an awful tackle, career-threatening tackle, and all the referee does is to wave his hand. Now, that was a fantastic opportunity, completely unmarked. The two Black Stars attackers, Samojan was out there, and the defense of Malawi proving very, very poor. We see the slow motion. Everybody's beating, and well, Jan and Dede Ayew were there, but the ball was very, very high. In fairness to the two players, very difficult to blame them.
Well, I thought that lack of communication also played a role for these two players missing out there, which could have been a second goal for the Black Stars. And so it's becoming pretty much of an interesting scenario for both sides in this game, as the Black Stars still fighting very hard to make sure that they get a win. It is also becoming pretty much of an interesting game where you have the national team hoping to win it, but on your shot is a different game actually. Uganda and Zambia. I
think we were getting some problems from the source. We're still having some difficulties. This has nothing to do with us in Accra here. It has to do, it's coming from the source, and fortunately it's been rectified.
It's still the Black Stars and Malawi, a free quest goal standing at the moment. And so Adam Kwarase is taking over the role as the senior national team best goalkeeper at the moment. What a brilliant chance for Malawi, but then still calling for a handball, which the referee will have none of that.
Well, so John Boy with a cross here to nobody in particular, and Dede Ayew, Rabiu would be very excited to be given the opportunity. Derek Boateng not called into the squad at all, and Rabiu would love to cement his position in the team. Free kick giving, and Dede Ayew the culprit on that occasion. Very, very exuberant, very vibrant young man. Dede Ayew plays his football for Olympique Marseille. John Boy must be in some form of discomfort, and refreshingly he is all right. So after about 23 minutes of play, the Black Stars who still we see this tackle. Now these are some of the things that we've been talking about. Absolutely incredible. No foul was given, no card was given. All the referee did was to play on. Now this is shocking. Well, they did lose his possession, and the Black Stars recover. John Boy in possession at this stage. A free aqua
for Malawi, and they come in again with a brilliant opportunity. Ball cleared, and John Boy still very strong, even though he just received the knock a few minutes ago. The scrappy nature of the field making things very difficult for ball control. And so it's a corner kick to Malawi. Ball sent in again, eluding everybody. Rabiu Mohammed will just be guiding the ball for a throw into the Black Stars. And before this game, a lot of people were thinking that at least Koja Sama was going to play a role, but he received a knock and he's out of this game, so allowing a free Akwati takeover. And brilliantly so, he scored the first goal for the senior national team. Samoa Jan, beat into it. Rabiu Mohammed goes in, falls in the process. And Samoa Jan fighting for the ball. A lot of creative play coming through from Malawi. Referee spotting an offside there. So the Malawians got extinguished very early in Accra, and just hoping that they're still not extinguished yet. Chrissy Apia very happy, at least to get the first goal. I'm just wondering if the Black Stars team will be feeling so proud because they have a psychologist now.
Well, a lot of people have been praying for that. It's not the first time the Black Stars have had a psychologist. Ever since Kusinyan Techi took over, he's made sure that every now and then a psychologist is brought into the fray. I remember as far back as in 2006, during the World Cup, the team traveled with a psychologist all the way throughout the United Kingdom. And I remember when they played in the last friendly against South Korea, of course they had a psychologist. So every now and then they have a psychologist, and I think that it only sums up the extent to which the team wants to get professional.
John Boy comes in. It's the Black Stars trying to win the aerial battle. And still having the Malawian side stringing passes together. Pretty much of a physical game at the moment. So you're looking at the captain of the side, Moses Chavula, played a very key role in Accra, even though the team lost. Still fighting for almost all the 50-50 balls, Malawi. Their package from the Minister for Youth and Sports. So prior to this game, as many as 34 players were called to camp by Coach Kinafiri. And in that, he had to recall some veteran players to make up the team. Just wondering what role they'll be playing here. Oh, the Black Stars again with a real chance, but ball whacked away. Clearly an offside position. Even though the Nations Cup is different from the World Cup qualifiers, but when the Black Stars heard that Zambia were giving the 3 points, might have sent some different signals to the team in their preparation for this game.
Well, quite a number of concerns have been expressed, but I personally do not understand why.
But Gabon also deducted some points for food and legal player in that game.
Well, at the end of the day, the destiny of the Black Stars is in their own hands. I do not think that times past when all manner of weird and ludicrous calculations were made. I believe that your destiny is in your hand, and what it means is that the Black Stars have to win their remaining matches to make sure that they join the elite of world football in Brazil 2014. So I'm very confident they're very capable of doing it.
All right, so it's a great chance for the Black Stars to get a second goal. Oh! What was the free Aqua thinking? Right, Chrissy Nachu. What a brilliant pass from Samoa Jan. Look at it there, you. Could have really sent in his own shot. But Chrissy Nachu was just trying to place the goalkeeper.
Well, not to find excuses for him. I thought he fell on his unfavorable right foot. He's a left-footed player. And as much as you would agree that players have to be ambidextrous, I guess that he was very uncomfortable when the ball fell on his right foot. And hopefully he will have to make amends before the end of proceedings.
Malawi now with a very great ball into the 18-yard box. And still fighting for almost all the balls that come their way. They still will keep possession and string some passes together, Malawi. They have more space to go for a shot. John Painter showing some signs of his own form, so that's a great defensive work there by these Malawian players. You throw everything into this game if you really want to win. Black Stars up by a goal to nil, scored there by a free Aqua. The real chance here, but the Black Stars will make sure they close in the gap. Again, Malawi coming straight into the game, and what a dangerous tackle out there from John Boy. John Painter really could not keep the ball on the turf, and so the fans will be so excited even though you are down by a goal.
Well, I've never seen this on the African continent, a team that by 3 goals now and still enjoying themselves. I think that is the spirit of the game, and I really love these fans. They're still very confident and they're hopeful that the Malawians are capable of overturning the 3-0 deficit, and I really love their confidence. But the game is getting very, very physical, and I do hope that the referee would exert some authority and protect the players, because if it gets out of hand, we may end the game without all the players on the field of play. You see this tackle? That's a tackle from behind. It was on the blind side of John Boy, and again, no infringement of it. And already you see Jonathan Mensah in your picture. And I'm sure Kusiapia is trying to, well, John Boy may not return onto the pitch. I had hardly ended my sentence that if the referee failed to protect the players, we may end up not seeing all the players, and we'll see John Boy struggling a bit here. I'm just wondering whether he can return, and I guess the reason Jonathan Mensah is warming up, that would be most unfortunate, because John Boy has been dealing with all the aerial balls, and I think it would be most unfortunate if it's unable to return onto the field of play.
That's Kamwado for Malawi, and he's been playing the role for his team, waiting patiently to build up Captain Chavula. Still Malawi in some brilliant position to get a goal. So interesting how they're becoming so insipid instead of being inventive in front of goal. Bossa comes in, but still ball with the Malawians. The Flames still moving. This is a chance for them. So scrappy and bumpy on the pitch.
Well, I think John Boy has returned to the field of play, limping a bit. I hope he is fully all right. But I think from a tactical perspective, the Malawians know that it's very difficult to walk the ball through the defense of the Black Stars, where John Boy and Vossa are proving so impregnable in central defense. And the way forward is to shoot from all angles. And I think in that perspective, they've not been very successful. Again, we see some karate football there, and the referee thinks it's all right that in the absence of real football, you can do some karate. And a Malawian player goes into the penalty box hoping that he would earn a penalty, and you see the Black Stars player, boy, indicating to the referee to show him a card, and that he just took a dive. We see what the referee decides on. John Pintel. We see the action again. He missed it completely here. It was Pintel. Now, clearly, that is theatrical, a way to con the central referee. And you see some of our colleagues out there. So the player lies on the pitch. It's unclear what decision the referee has taken. We'll wait and see. The Black Stars indicating that the player is trying to con the referee. We patiently wait to see what decision the referee has settled on.
So a temporary hold up here in the game as the Black Stars still have time to discuss what will be happening. James Kwesiapia, the head coach of the senior national team, the Black Stars, still has some time to give some pep talk to his boys as to what plan they should adopt to win the game. Ghana 1, Malawi 0. Goal scored Fiakwa. Adam Korase. And still the Black Stars now with the DIU. Some clear chance here. Chavula comes in, and the DIU still would fight for the ball today. Has a man to beat. Brilliant pass from the DIU. Rabiu Mohammed for the Black Stars. Harrison Afo. Poor ball in. The ball has been cleared. Malawi first qualified for the Nations Cup in 1984 and 2010 and got eliminated in the first round. And so they're just hoping that 2013 will be another year for them to get to the Nations Cup. Andrea Yu. Oh, again, referee whistles for infringement deep in the center circle.
Well, I'm tempted to believe that the referee forgot his yellow cards. I'm sure one of his assistants will do well to go and bring the yellow cards from the dressing room. But clearly, I'm just wondering, close to 30 minutes and some of the hatchet tackle up to now, not a single card has been issued. We even yet to see strong verbal warnings. And for me, this is a sad reflection of refereeing on the African continent.
Harrison Afo finds Vossa. And so it's the Black Stars again. And Owen comes in. Apart from the goal scored, Owen, the goalkeeper for Malawi, has pretty much been on some bit of a holiday. Black Stars finding things difficult, especially with the ball control. Apart from the goal scored, most of the ball have been played on the mountaintop. So Malawi doing battle against the Black Stars with that. The man who got the red card, James Sankala, as well as Mzava Miyakani, but Azam Karase comes in. Accumulation of yellow cards means that Limbikani Mzava will not play a role in this game. And you see that again with Karase making that great save.
That was superb goalkeeping, good timing. And I think Adam Karase will be very, very eager to convince the rank and file of this country that indeed he's the man for the post. During the last Africa Cup of Nations in Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, he came under some bouts of criticisms and in some cases vilification. Not everybody was totally convinced, but the managers of the team have kept total faith with him. And day after day, he continues to prove that indeed he is the safest pair of hands in Ghana, as we just saw with his aerial display of brilliance.
Malawi. They feel so comfortable possessing the ball, while the Black Stars get it very tough. Similar game plan they played here. And Stars have been pushed again, so it's going to be a throw-in for Malawi. Malawi still fighting for the ball. Rabiu Mohammed goes in, beat into it. And Stars now working in this game because possession is now with Malawi. So the tic-tac football is what you're watching at the moment for Malawi, as again they come in. Playing it tight in midfield. And the Black Stars only relying on Asamoah Gyan. Kina Fury not so happy. It's interesting. James Kwesi never talks ahead of games, but he says Kina Fury talks too much.
Quite loquacious, very vociferous, and we should believe that you allow the talking, the field of play to do the talking.
Isaac Vossa, very strong, and again showing some signs of great play from him, at least ever since he had the chance of playing for the Black Stars and playing a very great role. Still Malawi will keep possession, even though the Black Stars is trying to find a way of containing them in their own half. Malawi. Ifiakwa wins it, clears the ball away for the Black Stars, away from any danger zone. And Asamoah Gyan gets to win this ball. Asamoah Gyan all alone. Can the Black Stars really get a second goal? Asamoah Gyan goes in and he falls in the process. Referee says no. Referee says no. Asamoah Gyan went down too easily. The fans will be so excited, at least, not to see Asamoah Gyan flying very high to score. As Malawi now trying to threaten the dangerous area of the Black Stars. And that's an infringement against the Flames of Malawi. Harrison Affo, his score to the Black Stars team was so high after the impressive outing with Esperance, winning the CAF Champions League. And equally playing a role during the World Club Championship. So is that interesting to have him play for the Black Stars, and ever since he got the call up, he's really proving to be a very good player for the senior national team. Here comes the Flames. Abiu Mohammed. And this time he finds Christian Achu down the right side. Christian Achu sends a beautiful ball in, and nobody there to connect. I think the Black Stars really finding things going their way, at least coming out from their defensive shows and trying to prove that DIU has been working very hard this afternoon. And again, he played a part in helping the Black Stars get the first goal through Ifiakwa. Scrappy at the moment, but Malawi will put the ball on the turf. Still fighting, ball sent into the 18-yard box, and Adam Karasi would have an easy task of dealing with it.
Well, I'm sure with less than 4 minutes to end the first half, the Black Stars will be very, very delighted about the fact that they could be going into recess with their tails up, 1-0 in Lilongwe, and 3 goals to 0 on aggregate. That is critical.
Okay, so as the Black Stars again, a player falls in the process, and Asamoah Gyan and this free kick actually reminds me a lot of great players like David Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldinho can equally score from this angle. Asamoah Gyan himself can do that. So, the Black Stars now. Oh, goalkeeper win. Chiama comes in. And so the Flames would have to dig deep. And so there's another infringement, this time to the Black Stars. Dede Ayew is playing a role in this game without his brother Jordan Ayew, who's still playing very active football for Olympique Marseille in the French Ligue 1. Dede Ayew gets to win the possession. Of course, he goes out for a corner for the Black Stars as we get closer to end the first half, with the Black Stars leading Malawi by a 1-0, with a Fiakwa first time playing for the senior national team in the absence of Koja Samoa scoring. There you have him, a Fiakwa sporting the 8 shirt. It's a corner kick again, reflected even into the area of Malawi. It's cleared away. And Anthony Annan, the man who got the second goal to seal everything for the Black Stars in Accra, sends it back to John Pentil. That's Dede Ayew again winning possession for the Black Stars all alone. And so Dede Ayew may have the opportunity of getting the ball to his colleague, and Ghana wasted a lot of opportunities as Samojan was the target. Some real chances coming through for the Black Stars, and missing all of them, but Christian Achu has been quiet in this game.
Well, this is an away game, and you know that the Black Stars are being very, very tactful. Although they lead by 1-0, it's important to be protective of the lead, and you know that the pitch is not particularly very friendly to the players. So Asamoah is the arrow man, and that's they try and play on the break. But every single member of the team is contributing to the success story of the side.
And again, that's an infringement, and fans will not be too pleased with that. It's not pretty much been a very nice game for both sides, but the Black Stars, well, for them, whether the pitch is okay or not, they still lead by a 1-0. Christian Achu. Poor ball cleared away, and the Black Stars will win it again. Clash of legs, but Malawi will win possession. Kamwanda moves so ferociously and waiting patiently for this ball. Can see the bumpy nature of the pitch as you have ball control so difficult, even for Malawi. And the referee obstructing play there. And Korase comes in for the Black Stars. Oh. Referee being too gentle with his card, and the Black Stars at the receiving end of some dangerous tackles. Brilliant play for the Black Stars, and this could be the second goal. Rabiu Mohammed realizing that he could not control the ball very well, and Kusiapia very disappointed with that. Okay, so that ends the first half of this interesting game, second leg of the African Cup of Nations qualifier 2013 in South Africa. Ghana through Fiakwa leading Malawi by a 1-0. And so we're waiting for the second half. What will be the tactical changes for both sides? And the Black Stars looking on and very excited, at least to have scored the first goal. Some changes again made to the team, but the core maintaining their focus all the way in Lungwe. Very difficult conditions, but the Black Stars at the end of the first 45 minutes leading Malawi by a 1-0.
Well, it's a perfect scoreline for the Black Stars, about 1-0, and the fans in your picture still expectant indeed. I'm sure the Black Stars would come back to the second half and hopefully get another goal to really cement their place for the Cup of Nations in Johannesburg, South Africa. Well, this is wonderful indeed. And let me quickly announce that you've been sending in your text messages, and most of you very, very hopeful. It's interesting. The first one from Kwame Amankwa, he says Ghana 2, Malawi 2. That is interesting. And Richmond Ambufa, and he says, I think Kosiapia should maintain the same squad ahead of our remaining matches. And Charles Barr from Kumasi says Ghana would beat Malawi by 2-1. And Simon from Tamale believes that Ghana would beat Malawi by 3-1. And William Chifu Praso says Ghana 2, Malawi 1. And Mercy from Ashaman thinks Ghana will beat Mali by 5-0. That is the part I love. 5-0. I will love that scoreline. And you have to keep texting. Never mind that we already played 45 minutes, and the short code as you were 1773. And interesting and refreshingly, today's winner gets